Welcome back. Okay, in this next part, I'm going to start rounding out this very boxy elephant. Before I begin, I'm going to just rotate the head here a little bit and extrude out one more segment here. Go. Lots of little tweaks. Okay, ready. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save. Okay, so I need to use the loop cut tool to do a loop cut right down through the body. I'm going to start off with one loop cut. I might want a second one, but always err on the more cautious side. So I'm going to press Control R and put my mouse pointer through the body until I see that pink cut line. Left click to place the cut and left click to accept the cut. Okay, so there it is there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag it out on the x-axis to help round it out. And if I did not have clipping turned on, I'll show you what would happen. If I turn off clipping, remember that clipping is what holds the middle part together. So if I move this now, you'd see that it would tear a hole in my object. So keep that clipping turned on. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move these out so that kind of rounds out the body here. Again, just moving it on the x-axis a little bit. And then I'll go ahead and I'll select these. Select these verts going across the top. Okay, so I'm going to select these verts going across the top edge here. And I'm going to move those down a little bit. There you go. So you can see that we're starting to round out a little bit more. Okay, so this next step is all about just shaping and moving things in and tweaking. So the wireframe grid is really getting in my way visually. I think it's kind of a nuisance. I could certainly move the elephant up on the wire grid, but I actually want it to go away, so I'll show you a little trick. If you want to make it go away, put your mouse pointer in the perspective window, press the letter N, N for number, and what we want is we want to find the category. I want to find the category of display. Where is it? Here we go. So this category here that says display, you'll see right here it says grid floor. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that. Press N and go back. There we go. That's a lot easier. And I'll save. Okay. So the body's looking okay. I'm going to go ahead and round out the legs a little bit by doing a loop cut. So I'm going to press Control R, put it in the leg like that, left click. I'll go ahead and do another one, Control R in the back, like that, left click, good. Now I have some areas where I can sort of push and pull. So again, all I'm going to do now is basically select these, grab them, maybe pull them out a little bit just to round out the legs a little bit. Actually, what I should have done is select these also. There we go. G, X, pull them out, just round out the legs a little tiny bit. Again, you'll see we've got the inside of the legs here. you can see why I'm using the perspective view to be my selection window. And there we go. Okay, so this is G and X again, just to give the inside of their legs a little bit more roundedness. Okay, that's starting to look a little better. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go through and just tweak a lot of things, select some verts, move them back in, just basically do a little rounding off. For instance, his butt looks a little flat, his backside looks a little flat, so I might move some of these down a little bit, just give it a little bit more roundedness. GZ, there we go. Just little tweaks like that, I think can go a long way. Again, always checking from different views. So let's see. So these right here could maybe come in a little bit on the x-axis, since that's a little bit of the neck. Things like that. Don't forget to save every once in a while, of course. Let's see, I'm going to use lasso select. Remember, lasso select is control left mouse button, and this is where lasso select becomes your best friend, because you can select odd shaped parts like the leg here. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to hold down control and shift to select the back leg. Whoops. Oops, okay, I guess I didn't need to select the shift key. Alright. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to move the legs in a little bit. I'm going to shift right click and deselect these internal vertices on his stomach here. I don't want to move those. So again, if this is your first or one of your first objects that you've ever modeled, always double, triple check what you have selected, just to make sure you don't make any more mistakes. And then I'm going to look underneath, and I'm going to just GX. I'm going to bring the legs in a little bit, just a tiny bit. Again, the small details is what really makes this elephant look much cooler. Okay. Again, rounding out, selecting part of the belly here. Okay, just kind of trying to bring in the face a little bit. There we go. Okay, just trying to shape that face a little bit more. Ooh. Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll do another loop cut right here on the head. So Control R, something like that. And that's going to allow me to box select and just shape and round out just a tiny bit more. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more tweaking and moving Again, this is the part where you have to sort of slow down a little bit and just figure out things and just shape, push, pull. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'll see you in the next video and we'll move on from there.